Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this week's video. Alright guys, this week I have for you a GoPro grid work day. It'll be for the girls, so Gidget and Jolene. Figured it'd be fun for you guys to come do a grid work day with me. Basically a little conditioning for the ponies, get their top lines building a little more, get their back ends building a little more. So yeah, let's get right to it. So, what we have is a bounce to a one stride to a one stride. Now, Gidget is perfect, and I'm not too worried about her. Most of this is just I need to stay out of her way and just let her work and just work on my position. Now, for Jolene, it'll be a little different, but I'll explain that whenever we get to her. I'm going to go ahead and get Miss Gidget warmed up. I let her walk around for 5-6 minutes, just a little bit, just to let her stretch her legs, get moving a little bit. And then we will go ahead and trot, and then we will canter. I would video it, but my GoPro does not have a whole lot of storage. So just going to skip through that, and next time I see you, we'll be vaulting. When I warm her up though, for jumping or anytime, honestly, I let her kind of trot around on a loose rein to start, and then I start putting her together, making sure that she's stepping up underneath herself, making sure that she's using her back and she's connected through her body. I always make sure that she's connected before we canter, and that she's connected in the canter before we move on to games, jumping, conditioning, whatever it is. So, yep. See you guys back when we're vaulting. All right, time to vault. So usually what I do is to what I call sock vaults. So it's where I get off of her, she turns around me, I hop on as she goes back up the field. And then I'll do 2 stepping stone vaults, which is where I'll get off of her going straight, she continues straight, and I just jump back on. That's what I usually do. Sometimes if she's really good for one or the other, I'll only do 1. It really just depends. But since I haven't vaulted her in a week, I'll probably do 2 of each, just for my sake, not so much for her, because she's usually pretty perfect, usually. Ooh. Then I like to make her stop at the end of the vault, just because, like, when I'm out on the games field and playing, say, toolbox, I need her to slow down for my set. So I like to teach her, go for the vault, but slow up once I'm in the saddle. And she's pretty good about it. Like, even on the games field, she waits for me to tell her what to do, which is nice. But like, if I don't tell her anything, then she'll just go, which is fine. That's usually like sock and stuff that I don't tell her anything to do. But we're gonna do that one more time. We're gonna try and clean up her going around me because she went really wide. So I'm gonna try and keep her in a little tighter. Good girl. Up. Okay. That was also a little messy, so we're gonna do that again. And like, it varies. Like, ideally it's 2 of each. Sometimes it's more of one, less of the other, more of both, less of both. It all just depends. But we're gonna do that one again, just cause I waited too long to get off because she tried to stop early. So fix that real quick. And this grass is kind of slick. Up. Up. Oh. Ooh. Good girl. So she was really, really good there. So on that, she'll be done with those. She was foot perfect, vault was good. No need to do it anymore. All right, we have made our way down for the stepping stones vaults. Ideally, she won't try to canter today because, like I said, it's been a week, so my confidence on that is negative. Uh-oh. Yep, and of course she canters. And it sucks too when she canters like that, but I don't have the confidence because it literally defeats the purpose of her cantering. And she was so good, but she was also on the incorrect lead. When she's on her right lead, it makes it so much harder to get on her because she's kind of bending this way into me, and so it's hard to get up and on her. If she canters again, I'll give it a go, but she probably won't, because usually if she canters for me and I make her trot, she won't canter again. I feel bad though. She was cantering so nicely, so patient, and I was just like, not today. We'll see though. Easy, easy. Can you canter? Oh. Oh. That was awful. Oh my God. She was cantering nicely again. I swear. Y'all don't understand. The confidence lack of getting on your pony while they're cantering, even when they're cantering so perfectly. Okay, now that I've probably ruined her giving me any canter. Easy. Easy. Oh, of course. Oh. Oh. Why are we walking through me? Good girl. Okay, well, I totally screwed up her cantering for me. That really sucks. But it happens. Literally, if I come back from a competition, I have no confidence canter vaulting after a week of not vaulting at all. Why? I don't know. It's really annoying. It's really frustrating. Because she was literally so perfect and I'm so mad at myself. But it happens. It's part of riding. We will try again tomorrow. See, sometimes she doesn't canter like that for me. So, that's my bad. I literally just lack the confidence and I just have to gain it back. And it's a shame whenever she's perfect like that I can't just be brave enough to get up on her. But is what it is for the day. I'm not gonna force her to canter when she's been perfect for me and I'm the one who wasn't there for her. So she was perfect for all of the vaults. And it's on me to just be better. But I'm gonna let her walk for a second and then we're gonna trot through our grid. And then we're gonna put up the bounces and we will start cantering through. So, check back in a minute. Ready to trot through, Miss Gidget? Perfect pony whose rider has no confidence. Alright, so coming through the grid, I'm going to make sure that she's connected, she's stepping under herself, and she's forward. Which she is. Quite forward. Good girl. So I always do a grid off both directions. I never, ever, ever work a grid off one direction and one direction only. I always work it off both. So that way both sides are getting worked. We're exposing both sides to the same thing. Just makes it even, basically, on both sides. It's the same thing, but I'm going to get out of her way in 2-point this time. Just leave her be. And I'm probably going to make her halt. Ooh. Just to make sure that brakes are in check. And she was perfect. So, now I'm going to put the bounces in. And same thing, this is a trot-in grid. Because the distances are set a little tighter, so that they have to jump more. They have to rock back on their butt and jump up more. So, it's a trot-in. I'm going to set the bounces, and we will start going in that way. Alright, grid is set with the bounce now. So we're going to go ahead, trot in off both reins that way. And provided all goes well, we will go ahead and move the next jump up. Height is not a goal today. Getting her through it confidently and strong is. Which confidence she does not lack, but her feeling good through it. Yep, see? And that was not her fault, that was me. That was me not having her prepared and me not having my leg on. That's the only reason she couldn't make the bounce work. Scoot. It was a me issue, not a her issue. But now I know, ride different this time. There we go. Go ahead and make your stop again. There we go. So the great thing about grids is that the footwork is figured for you. But if you just sit there, that's what happens. Your horse doesn't have enough impulsion going in, and then they can't make those distances. You have to have your leg on, and you have to be riding through a grid, or else the horses will get backed off, they'll get the wrong striding, and it gets really hard for them. So, but that's also a nice thing about a grid, is that if something goes wrong, it's really easy to know what you did wrong, because more than likely you didn't have your leg on, just like right there. So I'm gonna let her walk for a second. I always walk her after we go through the grid both ways, so she can catch her breath, chill for a second, and just understand that this is her release because she was good and she did exactly what I needed her to through there. So she'll walk for a second, we'll put the next jump in, and we'll go back through. All right, so now we have the grid, which I did move in just a smidge. It is a little long trotting in. Moved it in just a smidge, and we now have our second jump, our first one stride set. So, but I learned still from my first mistake, I need to ride more and put my leg on coming in. Good girl. When you have your leg on going in, it helps a lot. But now I'm noticing that I'm leaning my shoulders a lot at her, and I need to lift my shoulders and get out of her way, because it's hard for her to get her shoulders up with me leaning and putting my weight over them. So I'm gonna grab mane and hang back with my leg on. And ooh. Ooh. Lovely. Very nice. All right, now we've got everything set up. So it's a bounce with a 2-foot vertical, 1 stride 2-foot vertical, 1 stride 2-3 vertical. She can jump 2-6, but I'm not worried about height today, like I said. I'm just worried about her jumping correctly and getting through there confidently and me giving her the ride that she needs and deserves. So we're gonna go on through there and then she'll be all done. All right. As long as these 2 trips through go smoothly, she will be all done for the day. Which they should, as long as I ride. Good girl. Cool. Good mare. Alright, that felt super nice and smooth. I think I'm still leaning a little too much. That, or I think I may have gotten a little left behind actually. So it was her back foot that rubbed the vertical on the bounce. So I need to stay out of the tack. Which I did fine on the last 2, but just not that one. Hey. Okay. So there, I think she hit the vertical and she got mad about it because she sped up and then the other 2 were tight. So now I'm gonna keep my leg on her, but I'm gonna half halt in between the verticals, the first 2 verticals, to try and get her to lift up in her front end and not run. Oh, that was better. Oh, 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 good girl. All right, and she'll be all done. You have got to ride through a grid in order to help your horse jump correctly and jump properly, and to help you with your position too, because your position has a lot to do with how your horse gets through there. So, like, I wish I had a camera on the ground so that you could see the difference in my position whenever I changed it, but I don't. So you'll just have to take my word for it. But that was Gidget for today. She was amazing, as always. She's perfect. I will work on my vaulting. Y'all will get to see me actually get a canter vault and get it with me. It's been a week off, so the confidence is just not there, but it'll be back. But there's Gidget all done. I'm gonna get her untacked, hosed off, taken care of, and then we will hop on Jolene. Girl, you're so cute. Okay, so now we are on Jolene. Her warm-up looks just a little different from Gidget's. I usually don't really touch her face when I warm her up because it just kind of makes her angry. And she will be angry until we get to jumping, because then she realizes that that's what we're actually out here to do today. So I usually just kind of let her walk around for 5-10 minutes, and then we'll just kind of plod around in the trot. I'll connect her a little bit so that way we have nice transitions into the canter, but she's pretty nicely balanced on her own, so I don't really have to put her into the balance. She kind of just stays there. But like whenever I get into jumping, I'll actually like ask her to, you know, get put together. But warming up is pretty chill for her. She just kind of gets to stretch down, chill out. I try to make it as uneventful and as least stressful as possible for her because she gets really fed up really easily. So I just try to do things really simple with her. We're just gonna warm up, go through the grid a couple times, and we'll see you back after we've warmed up. Okay. Jolene has warmed up. She warmed up super nicely, actually. Like, she was super chill, which is... Usually she gets really angry, but she didn't today. So I'm hoping that that transfers into our little bit of grid work here. So we are just going to trot through and do the 2 back white poles each way, just to get her warmed up and see what we're doing. And then I'm going to trot her through, and we're going to do the cross rail and go ahead and get her going through the actual grid itself. So I'm going to have kind of a loose rein to trot through just these white poles, just to kind of let her realize what we're doing before we go ahead and do the whole line together. And by loose rein, I don't mean like completely loose. I mean, my hands are really soft. So that way, if I need to get a feel of her mouth, well, I'm maintaining a feel of her mouth, but if I need to correct her, all I gotta do is just close my fingers. Girl. That was lovely. So now we're just gonna go ahead and come in over the cross rail, which she might jump, she might not. I'm not super duper worried about what she does coming in this first time. Oh god. Alright, so that was quite nice. Easy. Good girl. I don't think she noticed the flower box under that second bounce jump initially. Easy. Because she really kind of ducked her head and looked. But after that, fantastic. So now she knows what we're doing. She's probably going to pick up a little bit. Oh god, Jolene, that was not cute. Okay. And then right there, good girl. She's being really good. I don't want to push her through it because she already brushes pretty good. Which I think this is backing her off though. So I kind of have something to ride against. So I'm going to put my leg on a little more this time. We're going to see what that does. Stop. There we go. And whoa. Whoa. There we go. Good girl. So all she really needed was just a little cluck to be like, hey, wake up a little bit. And right on through she went. So I'm going to put the bounce cross rail in and then we'll go from there, but she's going to get just a little walk break real quick. Not that I think she cares, but I'm letting her just see that this is really wonky. Because I could go grab a pole from over there and bring it over here, but I have a flower box, so. But I don't want her to have to jump a 2-foot or a 2-foot vertical in a bounce. We're not quite there yet. So instead, I'm just going to make a rigged up cross rail and roll with that. Stand. Good girl. Okay. So already I'm going to come in knowing that she's probably going to have a look at this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cluck on the way in and just let her know that it's good. We're just going over it just like we did the pole a second ago. Nice and chill. Easy. Easy. Good mare. Oh, hey. She said zoom zoom. Good girl. Easy. Easy. Hey, we're getting stuck. She likes to play with her bit, and sometimes she gets it stuck. And then she thinks I'm pulling on her, but it's her pulling on herself. And it's kind of funny. But she works through it. Easy. Hey, hey, hey. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Good girl. So the stops at the end are literally just to get her attention and be like, hey, you don't need to run off after the jump. So that's all that's for. We're gonna put in the next jump. So my GoPro decided to freeze up during Jolene and I going through with just the first one stride put in. So I just propped up my phone once I realized, and I at least got video of us going through it complete. I do apologize that we missed that little bit, but she was perfect for it. So we went ahead and put in the last jump. Oh, she was so good. We're walking out now. She did, for some reason, while I was propping up my phone, decide to step on my foot. Don't know why. She was spooking at, I think, poop, honestly. Like, spooking at it. Would not step near it. And so she stepped on my foot instead. So, that was nice. She went through it all together. She was great. She felt super confident. She felt super, she was forward. She was game. But she was listening. She was a very, very good girl. So, super happy with her today. Super happy with Gidget today. Yep. Great ponies.